Hello everyone, Almighty Tevin here, and it is that time of the week. Great time that all the kids look forward to. Well, we pretty much see all of the DarkSyde shenanigans of the week, and DSP kind of threw me for kind of threw a curveball at me this week. I was like, okay, well, I got these few pre-streams I wanna look over. It's a couple of things I want to talk about. You know, he could do his little weekend preview. It's not gonna be much to talk about in that, I'm sure. You know, nothing really happened on the forums that I feel like talking about. Thank God. Really no tweets I wanted to look at. Thank God. And this motherfucker drops a 17-minute long video about a Patreon goal. Now I don't know what the Patreon goal is yet. I actually sent DSP an email suggesting a Patreon goal. It would be fucking phenomenal if he used my idea. I doubt it. But yeah, I saw the length of this video and I said, is DSP turning into Tevin? He's talking for 17 minutes about his Patreon goal. That's something I would do. But yep, here we have it. Let's read the comments first, because this is going to be totally in context with the video, obviously. I like this. I like this. This is a pretty good idea. This sounds like a good idea. I'm excited for this. First, somebody put fist. Hell. Apparently Phil never heard of false donations. He probably go change it. It's a thing he talking about with his Patreon that he might do. And like he would change his Patreon to be if you try to pledge, the money automatically clear. So you can't do a troll donation for like $1,000 and then come back at the end of the month and cancel it. He's probably going to have that in effect next month. I'd rather have fan appreciation games supported by a Patreon than done free, because things can become far more organized and less hectic on field side. And no matter how haters will spin it, this is a far better option than a normal one. But wouldn't that be a paywall? Multiplayer marathon is pretty dope. Thanks for spoiling. I like this hashtag snot. And now we got the description. Taking an older practice of mine and turning it into a more refined, controlled event for viewers who wanted to play multiplayer games with/against me for a long time. Hopefully we went to goal. So I'm assuming this is a multiplayer goal. I emailed him suggesting a multiplayer goal, but it was with fighting games. I might show the email I sent him. Like, this is irrelevant now. Oh, also we have that at the top of the screen. We got the DSP isms counter. I'm not going to be completely strict with it because I don't want to kill myself. But the primary ones, you know, business. It's a one fly in here trolling the fuck out of me. He's been in here for like 5 hours. He's pretty much my roommate. But business, money, funding. Ooh, maybe not funding. He might say that a lot in this video. But I'm keep tabs some of those, and I'm gonna do 5 reps of something each time. 5 reps of some kind of exercise, squats, curls, whatever. Probably gonna kill myself. Not making any promises, but here we go.
What's going on, everyone? Phil here, and welcome to a video that normally I wouldn't make. You know, usually every single month when I update my
really
Patreon page at patreon.com/DarkSydePhil, I usually update the goal, and I kind of just maybe talk about it in a weekend preview video, or I'll mention it on my pre-streams for a while, and just based off of that exposure, that's how people realize, oh, this is the monthly goal for this month if we hit the funding level, and it just goes down like that. All right, this month I'm doing it a little different. I'm making an individual video about the patron goal, and here's why. All right, in the past, I have done things such as multiplayer with viewers, fan appreciation is what I usually call it, and I still do it from time to time. It's not often, but when I do it, I make an honest effort to maybe put a day or two into it where I can get multiple sessions of gameplay with my viewers and fans, and we can jump into the latest releases and play multiplayer. And the bottom line is, I really feel the last few times that I did it, it didn't turn out well, mostly because of a few reasons. Number one, because unfortunately you've got this really negative element of people out there who they just only get attention by trying.
A minute into his video, he talking about haters. GG.
to ruin stuff that I'm involved in. And that's unfortunate that there's people who literally the entirety of their existence and their being known on the internet is trying to basically stink up my stuff. And the last few times that I tried to do fan appreciation, you had people joining who were just fucking with the matches. They would get on the voice chat and they would say insane, insulting things. And people just generally, in regards to the fan appreciation that I did at the end of 2015, kind of said, it wasn't very good. Oh, not your fault, but it wasn't good because it wasn't a controllable situation. You had people coming in only to be dicks about it. And it really didn't turn out very well. We really wish that it had gone differently, but Phil has no control over it, so you just got to kind of shrug and say, oh well, all right?
This is going to be such a weird
Now
video.
this year, in 2016,
oh shit, a spider.
they're up to about a few weeks ago, haven't really been many games with multiplayer aspects in them that I would even want to do multiplayer with anyone, quite honestly. The only game out of all the ones that really came out until maybe this past couple of weeks was Street Fighter V. And let's be honest, lobbies didn't even properly work in Street Fighter V for like 2 months after launch.
No,
so it wasn't even like there was a capability of doing anything with viewers up to that point, okay? So I've been thinking in the back of my head all the time, number one, I'm looking for a new patron goal because the thing is, it's very difficult every month on Patreon to come up with a new goal level if I hit my funding goal. For those who don't know, my funding goal is $1,250. All right, and that is, the combined mass of all the contributions that I get over the course of a month. If I hit that amount, I do a special event. And events in the past have been indie game marathons where people who pledge a certain amount get to nominate and vote on indie games that I'll play in a marathon setting.
It's going to be great.
Different other kinds of marathons. I've done rock band marathons. I've done classic platforming marathons, such as Crash Bandicoot and stuff like that. We had a Halloween special last year, which I haven't done a Halloween special in years. I finally got to do one in 2015. That was a lot of fun. I got a Halloween costume and dressed up for it and everything. So quite honestly, the patron goals have been quite successful. All right? Are they the biggest, most attended, viewed things ever? No. But for those who are really looking to have those goals happen, they've been very much appreciative of them, happening and going down and seeing this stuff happen and say, wow, my pledge directly influenced this event happening. That was my air conditioner going on, by the way, if you're wondering what that ambient noise is. So I want to make a special video to explain to everyone right now this month's new goal for the month of May 2016, how it's going to work for clarification purposes, because I wouldn't want to just say, oh, here it is, and then I don't fully explain it and people are all confused and on the fence, especially because in the past, when I've done fan appreciation, it had nothing to do with Patreon. This is different, and I'm going to explain how and how I can control the event through Patreon
Control
in this video. All right, so the event is this, basically. If we hit the funding goal of $1,250 for this month, the month of May 2016,
funding again.
what I'm going to do is in late June or early July, it's either going to be like the last few days of June 2016 or early July 2016. Actually, it'll probably depend on feedback of people involved when most people would be available to participate in a multiplayer event. Okay, patrons who pledge $5 or more during May, so during this month, right now it's actually May 15th, the month ends on May 31st, so 16 days. If you pledge $5 or more to my Patreon by the end of this month, you will have the opportunity to play multiplayer with me in a marathon of multiplayer games that will take place during this event, okay? Now, the length of the event actually will be determined by how many people pledge. Because here's the thing, I wouldn't want 50 people to pledge $5 and the next thing you know, they don't all get to play with me. That wouldn't be fair. You know what I mean? Now, there's things that I can't control. For example, if someone lives on the other side of the planet and they try to get into my private match and it doesn't work, okay? That's one thing I cannot control. So in that regard, unfortunately, people do pledge and it doesn't work out. I apologize. But whatever is in my control to make this work, I want to make it work, okay? Now, first thing you might say is, okay, well, how's this going to work? First of all, what games are involved, okay? Well, number one, Street Fighter V. Okay, Street Fighter V is a no-brainer. It's the current fighting game that everyone's talking about and everyone's playing. They now have private lobbies that I can make, and I can set up either to play against an individual a few matches, or we can have a rotating lobby with a few people in it. Street Fighter V, first and foremost, absolutely is going to be on the list. Obviously on PlayStation 4. It doesn't matter, though, because that's cross-platform between PC and PS4.
I kind of want to give them $5 just to play with them.
The next game on the list will be, sorry, I had them written down and I left it over at my desk like an idiot. Uncharted 4 on the PlayStation 4.
Yuck.
Now, that game, I believe you could have up to, I think it's 8 or 10 players tops. So that would be cool. That way I can have...
I'm going to say this before he continues. he better add some old games. Blops 3 need to be in there, and maybe even something like not Injustice. MKX. He has a fucking Xbox One. He could add MKX to it. What's the name of that fucking game? No, I'm tweaking. Kill Instinct, Xbox One. MKX, he should add MKX too. I think he got MKX on the PS4. And something else. I can't think of the name of it though.
Many
but knowing
people
DSP
into
is
the
going to
lobby,
be brand
okay?
new games.
And yes, that will obviously be on PlayStation 4. It's a PlayStation 4 exclusive. You know, varied modes or whatever. We'll see what happens once we start playing, and people have recommended modes that they'd like to play over others, okay? The next game would be Doom. Doom multiplayer, and that will be on the PlayStation 4. That's the version of the game that I have. And again, that's something I could set up a private lobby. I could probably do like 5-on-5, or I forget again if the limit's 5-on-5 or 6-on-6 of that game. I think it's 5-on-5. And again, potential to have up to 9 other people in the lobby with me while I play sessions of that game, okay? And then the last game, at least for now, all right, if something changes, if a game that has a major multiplayer component releases between now and when this event happens, I may add it. But for now, the final game that I really want to kind of add to it as a confirmed game is Overwatch. And I know a lot of people were like, well, Phil, are you even getting Overwatch? I said, you know what? Since this event is going to happen, okay?
Dude, so... Okay, Street Fighter V, Overwatch, Doom, and Uncharted 4. First of all, you need a PlayStation 4 to even play with them. Are you fucking serious? Second of all, you need one of these. Nobody fucking bought Street Fighter 4. Let's be real about it here. So you need a brand new fucking $60 game. And even then, Street Fighter 4 is like Street Fighter 5. Yeah, 5. Street Fighter 5 is what, like $40 still used for the PS4? So you need one of these new ass games. Then you need a PS4. Then you need to give him $5. He doesn't even have an Xbox One game on the list or a PC game. Okay, fair enough. PC game, whatever. He might not be able to run it. But at least he could at least have an Xbox One game on the list. He has Kill Instinct. Everybody got Kill Instinct. He got Kill Instinct in at least the first season. MKX not even on it? Huh. Well, I'm not too impressed with this goal. This is a modified version of a goal. As a matter of fact, I'm going to try to find my email and show it. Okay. So let me look that up.
This is a major chance for people who've always wanted to play with me and haven't had a chance to do multiplayer with me to do it. Then yes, I will buy Overwatch on the PlayStation 4, if not to play 1 or 2 sessions on launch week, specifically just for this event. Okay? So, it's going to be those 4 games. Street Fighter V, Uncharted 4, Doom, and Overwatch. Unless, like I said, another game with a major multiplayer component.
Alright, here we go. Let me see if this is captured. This is kind of captured, okay. But you see here, I actually used a different email, because I emailed them once before under my main email and probably got blacklisted. But I sent this 11 days ago, as you see right now. But it says, yo Phil, I was playing Street Fighter V on Twitch last night and I had an idea. Why not do a fighting game marathon? Sure, you get trolled, but the worst they could do, honestly, is sandbag, as long as you have your voice comments turned off. Well, voice comms, voice communications. The marathon could be Kill Instinct on the Xbox One, MKX, Street Fighter V, Injustice, and Street Fighter 4 on the PS4. So he will have a game on both consoles, at least one game on both consoles. That's what he needs. You can't do a marathon like he got an Xbox One, and no Xbox One game isn't a marathon. You fucking serious? I put honestly, I think it would be pretty cool, even more so since you started off as a fighting game YouTube. In a way, people that pledge $1 or more, or $5 or more, could get priority access to play with you in a one-on-one lobby. Besides that, you could either take 1 versus 1 sets from the stream chat, or just play each game into an hour blocks or so. Now, I hate to seem like some kind of egotistical asshole. I feel like I'm so fucking special because I emailed him something and he pretty much doing a modified version of what I suggested he would do. But it looked like that's the case. But this is kind of shit. How is Black Ops 3 not in the list? What? How was no Xbox game on the list? Not one Xbox game. I mean, of course, more people had a PS4 than Xbox One, allegedly, statistically. But you gotta have at least one Xbox game on it, dude. Come on, man.
Comes out between now and then. I'm looking at my calendar. I don't see one. That doesn't mean that it might not happen. All right? So how does it work? Here's how it works. Pledge, go to patreon.com/DarkSydePhil. If you want to be in on this event that's coming up in late June, early July, you want to do multiplayer with me, $5. It's a $5 pledge for this month. If we hit the goal of $1,250 for overall funding of between everyone who pledges this month, okay, then this event will happen. And what I'll do is I'll put up a thread, a forum thread on the KingofHate.com forums. Everyone who pledges $5 gets premium forum access. We'll get everyone set up in early June with that. And then you'll start posting up and say, hi, I was a $5 pledge for the month of May, and I would like to play this game with Phil. Now, for all intents and purposes, since unfortunately we know what's going to happen, you're going to have people who are like, well, I want to play all 4 games. Well, yeah, but what about if there's 30, 40 people who pledge, right? And we got to get them all into a 1 to 2 day event. That's not fair to demand that you play all the games. So I'll say, pick the top 2 games out of the 4 that if you own them, you'd like to play them with me. Okay? And post it up in this thread on the KingofHate.com forum.
Oh my God, I got to go on this forums
Once you do that,
too.
by the end of June, what I'll be able to do is go through there and say, okay, here's all the people who posted up, and here's what they want to play, and I'll be able to prioritize and basically make a spreadsheet based off of the postings, okay? And I'll get everyone's PSN names and everything involved so that I can invite people to my private matches at this event. Now, like I said, the amount of days and the length of the event will be directly dependent on how many people pledge. If only 15, 20 people pledge, more than likely that's only going to be 1 day, because you figure I play every game for about an hour and a half to 2 hours tops, and that's enough to get everyone into the games, for those sessions. If we get an overwhelming amount of people who are interested in doing this event, like let's say we get 30, 40, 50 people, then I'll say, okay, you know what? It's the summer anyway. I'll take 2 days back to back, and we'll split the days. First half of day 1 will be Street Fighter V. Second half of day 1 will be Overwatch, and the same, next day, first half will be Uncharted, and second half will be Doom. However, we need to do it. Okay, it's directly dependent on how many people pledge and are involved in the event. Now, you might say to yourself, but Phil, you've always done fan appreciation completely for free. Why are you doing it this way? Well, it's quite honest. Being quite honest with everyone. I don't think that doing fan appreciation for free really works anymore. Unfortunately, these online services have become too troll friendly. It's far too easy for these people to just auto get themselves into my games. If you haven't noticed, a lot of times I'll make a private, or not really make a private game, I'll just make a game, a lobby.
So basically, legit fans can't play with you for free unless they have $5. But of course, it's DSP, so he gotta turn it into all kind of other shit. But that's pretty much the case. It's too easy to get trolled. So he's saying it wasn't easy to get trolled last gen? No. Less people tried to troll you last gen until it was almost over with. Don't give us that bullshit.
And immediately 100 fucking people join, and they're trolling and doing, because whatever reason, the consoles with the social aspect and matchmaking and all that took a step back this console generation. When I was on Xbox 360, I could easily create a private party. I could easily create a private lobby in any game, and I could just specifically invite the people that I want
in any game
through people who were sending me, messages over Xbox Live, and I could set it up like this. And that's why fan appreciation multiplayer was so easy last console generation. This generation, it's a nightmare. I'm going to have to manually invite every single person. I'm going to have to try to kick trolls. It's a nightmare. I don't know why the fuck it's done like this anymore. Why? It's a major step back, in my opinion. Okay? So, doing it this way, with basically a patron screening, will weed out all of the assholes. When you go to play...
But what about fans that don't have money?
With me during this event, you'll know, wow, I'm going to get quality gameplay with Phil. There won't be some...
Quality gameplay with Phil. What? Apparently when you play games with DSP, the gameplay is better. Interesting. Who would have guessed? But remember when he first started Patreon and, no paywalls and all of that shit? What else can you call this besides a paywall? You have to pay $5 to possibly play with him. It's not even going to be partially open to people that didn't pay. You have to pay to play with him. That's a fucking paywall.
Dick, who's on our team, running around shooting at the sky and dancing in front of Phil and trying to be a nuisance.
Also, somebody could pay $5 and troll anyway. So.
Because no one's gonna pay money just to
Yeah,
do
they
that.
will.
You know what I mean?
They will.
And if they do, the joke's on them because they're still gonna get booted from the fucking game and then they lose their money. So that's the bottom line.
Really?
Is people who want to legitimately
Wait,
play.
but if somebody do that, couldn't they like file a complaint? DSP about to put himself in a really sloppy situation with this, cause you know some dude is gonna give him $5 to join and troll and get kicked out, and they're gonna try to file a complaint with Patreon. Of course, nothing is gonna happen, but you know somebody's gonna do that.
Multiplayer with me in the latest game releases. This is your opportunity to do it troll free through this screening process. And I wish it didn't come to this. I mean, how many years have I done multiplayer?
It's like after 9/11 when people started checking your shoes and shit. DSP is checking your shoes before you can play with them. He checking your shoes. He gotta check your hair. You gotta go through a fucking X-ray thing. Wow, dude. Wow.
Where I could just do it and I didn't have this issue. But if anything, that last session where I was really trying to play different games and you saw that shit happen, I have to do it this way. Okay? Now, we'll talk more specifics about games and stuff as we get close. Some people might say, well, Phil, in Street Fighter V, how many games am I going to get against you in that? We're going to get to the specifics of that as we get closer to the event and once we see how many people have qualified for it.
Qualified?
So, again, if we hit
Qualified, you mean pay $5?
the goal level for May, people will start to be upgraded. Once we get everyone upgraded and talking about this event on the kingofhate.com forums and we have an idea of how many people are involved, then we can say, okay, well, look, there was only maybe 10 people involved for Street Fighter V. Hell, I'll play a big set, best of 5 or something with everyone. Or maybe we'll do several sets. Maybe I'll set up a lobby where we all rotate and play each other. I don't know. It all depends on how it goes. Keep in mind, this is the very first time I'm ever doing an event like this. And I just want to say this. There are people who do this on Patreon all the time. A lot of people...
Here we go. He got to bring up what other people do to make it seem all right that he do it. But I remember when he first started doing Patreon, he was always talking about how other people did Patreon and that he wouldn't do it that way. You could probably go back far enough and find him say something like people charge to play with you or something. You know how he always say stuff about other people and make them look bad and make himself look better. Oh, Tiffin, you do the same thing too, you fucking black asshole. I don't try to. That's why I don't really talk about like my stuff to compare it to his, because it's kind of petty. But I feel like he did that. I feel like it wouldn't take that much time to go back and find him talk about how other people handled their Patreon. And now he's just going to do it the same way. Like he's straight up flat out charging people to play games with him. And you don't even have a lot of choices. 4 PS4 games. 3 of them that are less than a month old. You got to buy a $60 game or own Street Fighter V. Wow. Great. What if I have an Xbox One DSP? What if I still have a PS3? What if I still have a 360? What if I play stuff on PC? Guess you're fucked.
Oh, now Phil's charging for something that's always been free. Not the case, because I've never had a controlled environment fan appreciation.
So because he never had a controlled environment fan appreciation, he not charging for something he always did because it was never controlled. Wow. This dude is a fucking
it's always
maniac.
Been. Well, everyone just gets willy-nilly, might get in, might not get in. And this way, if you pledge and when the event happens, you will get in, guaranteed, because I'm taking all the time needed for everyone to get a match in. That's way different than it's been previous times. And we're going to have the troll element eliminated. It's basically a streamlined, better multiplayer experience with me. Okay? That's why we're doing it this way. It's not the same as the previous one. So, anyone right now, I'm already preemptively countering your bullshit. So, but Phil's charging for multiplayer. Wrong.
He is, though.
I'm doing a special event for people who've wanted to play multiplayer with me in games, haven't had the opportunity because of trolling or because so many...
So let me get this straight. He not charging for multiplayer because you're gonna play multiplayer with him and he won't get trolled. But that mean he not charging? Somebody gotta be able to explain this better than him. Because this isn't countering my bullshit, DSP. I'm not impressed.
People try to play, they don't ever get in. This is going to be a controlled environment where you're guaranteed to get in and play with me and have a good time. That's what this event is. Not
that mean you charging to play.
Not those previous chaotic multiplayer sessions that I tried.
It don't matter if they was chaotic or not. They was free. Okay, we gotta pull a fucking burger analogy out of this fucking space-time continuum right now. Okay. If I was giving burgers away for free, right? But you got random shit on a burger. Like, you might get a cheeseburger, you might get a fucking mayonnaise burger, you might get just ketchup, you might get just bread and some meat, you might get lettuce, you might not get lettuce, but I'm giving away free burgers. Everybody like, holy shit, this dude giving away free burgers is fucking amazing. Alright? And then one day I say, well, okay, guys, I have burgers, right? But you have to pay. But don't worry, you can get whatever you want on the burger, but you have to pay. And then people say, oh, he's charging for burgers, he didn't used to charge for burgers. That's like if I say, no, I used to not charge for burgers, but I never guaranteed what kind of burger you're getting. And now I'm guaranteeing a burger. So that makes it different. That's pretty much what he's doing. You're still giving a burger that you used to get for free, and now you're charging for it. But apparently he not charging. Apparently, okay, I think I figured it out. He's charging for an online environment different from what he used to be. But he not charging to actually play with you. But if you pay, you get guaranteed permission to actually play with him, which means he's still charging. I'm trying to figure out what he trying to pass on to make this seem legit, but I can't find it. I can't.
To do. It's a different experience. It's going to be much better than the previous ones, and that's why it needs to be controlled through a patron screen to get to this event. Okay? Lots of people already do events like this with Patreon. I'm certainly not the first one. In fact, I'll be honest with you, I got the idea from someone else who this is how they do it, okay? And they're very successful. So again, oh, Phil's doing it, I can't believe he would do that. Other people do it, and everyone's fine with that. So fuck you again if you're gonna be dick to me and say, oh, well, you know, that's bullshit. No, the bullshit's on you, because I've been trying to do it for free and it hasn't worked the past few times.
He got the idea from someone else, another very successful. Who, DSP? And also, you see this logic? Other people do it, so it's alright for me to do it. But this is the same dude that act like he is special, some kind of special fucking snowflake, and he does everything different than everybody else. He actually has a pre-stream he did less than 3 days ago, where he was talking about how he's not in front of a face cam with his hair dyed and being all funny and entertaining all the time and trying to make jokes all the time. So it's alright for him to be different when he tried. Whatever. Oh, this.
I tried to do stuff interactive with the viewers. It hasn't worked because these idiots just try to get in.
It's like when he want to shit on other people, it's alright for him to be different. And when he trying to be lazy, it's alright for him to be different. But then when he trying to make money, it's alright for him to copy other people. Hence Patreon, and hence him doing his multiplayer thing and charging people to do it. But when he's trying to be different, it's alright for him to not copy other people. Whatever, bro.
Everything. Now they won't be able to. That'll be the end of that nonsense. Okay?
This dude is something.
So that's that. That's the event. The event is Street Fighter V, Overwatch, Uncharted 4, and Doom. Obviously, yes, all on the PlayStation 4. Multiplayer with me. Guaranteed, if we hit the goal level for the month of May, $1,250, and you pledge $5 or more, you can play these games with me during a 1 to 2 day long multiplayer event. However long I need to take to do it, I will take to do it. That will take place in late June.
So I gotta get this con man $5. Then I gotta hope other people give this con man $5. Enough $5 bills for him to get over $1,250. Then I gotta hope I have a PS4. Then I gotta hope I have the same game he wanna play. Then I gotta hope I have free time during the day, cause you know he's gonna stream at like fucking 2 in the afternoon. So I gotta plan all that shit, and he don't even have a day when he doing it yet. and he thinks this is going to be successful. He's going to be playing the same. He's going to be playing 4 games. Okay, let's overthink this. Uncharted, third-person shooter. Doom, first-person shooter. Overwatch, first-person shooter. It's a lot of shooting. And Street Fighter 5. Street Fighter. All on one system. Wow. Fucking hype, isn't it? It's not. Oh, Tiffany, you're just saying that because you a hater and you go against everything Phil says. No, I don't.
And
that's what some people think.
I'm really excited about it because I think it's going to be the best multiplayer event I've ever done. Because I finally get to control the environment. I'm finally kind of taking a step up and saying I have to understand I need to have a screening procedure, all right? Now, I know there's people out there who are going to be disappointed because you don't have a lot of money and you can't pledge to my Patreon. Don't worry. This is not the absolute end-all and be-all of multiplayer. In the future, I may do more open multiplayer. Unfortunately, you see what happens when I do it, okay? When I do it, there's no guarantee you're ever going to get in. But this is a special thing because I'm trying something different on Patreon. Now, if this doesn't work, what if we don't hit the funding level this month? Well, then I know there's not enough interest in a multiplayer event like this for it to happen. So I'll know in the future, don't do something like this again. But it could be the flip side. It could end up being overwhelmingly popular. And people, wow, I finally get to play with Phil after years of me trying and never getting in. I want to do that. And maybe people will have the first opportunity to have a good experience playing games with me. And, you know, we'll go from there. Maybe this will expand to do other stuff as well. Okay?
Take a sip. Oh,
and by the way, yes, I will be setting up to have voice chat activated during this event. So if you're all playing multiplayer with me during this event, you can actually talk to me over, you know, PlayStation Network chat or whatever. I'll have my microphone working. I know that was been an issue. A lot of people, when I go to do the multiplayer, they say, well...
So, the only way you can talk to DSP is if you pay him $5. You know somebody's going to pay just to troll. You know that's going to happen, right? He has to know that. But then he's going to kick him, so... Somebody's going to do it. Trust me, somebody's going to do it. Multiple people are going to do it. They're going to say, fuck that. $5 is $5. I'll take the risk. They prepared to throw $5 in the trash just to make his stream worse. And I ain't got nothing against that.
Phil has his mic off because he doesn't want to avoid trolling. Well, these are people who've been screened through Patreon. Of course, they're there to play and to have fun and interact and not to be dicks. Okay? So, that's the idea. Let's see what people have to say. Let's see what people think. Okay? Let's see if it works. If we hit the goal this month, great. Thumbs up. And I'll go forward with the event. Hey, if we don't hit the goal, then hit the drawing board, and I'll try something different next month. Maybe I'll go back to an older thing. You know, a lot of people are saying, why does Phil do another Patron's Choice? Because I still haven't even gotten through Persona 3. Persona 3 is going to probably end up being a game that's going to go throughout the entire summer because it's such a freaking long game. People are saying it's like twice as long as Persona 4. I don't know why people wanted me to play it then, because how long do you think it's going to take me to beat it?
Wow.
But yeah, with all the new
people
releases, I haven't even
a chance
to play Persona 3 a lot recently. So... I can't stack goals now. Oh, we're going to do Persona 3 and another Patron's Choice and another Patron's Choice. You know what I mean? So I'm doing something different outside the box from what I would normally do, but something that other YouTubers are doing on Patreon and are very...
Other YouTubers doing it. It's okay. But it's not okay to shield at the end of videos, and it's not okay to edit stuff and all of that shit because he want to be different. But it's okay for him to do this because it's successful, but it's not okay for him to... You see the point I'm trying to get at here? It's okay for him to copy people sometimes, but not all the times.
Very successful with, so I'm hoping that this will work out for me as well.
Dude.
Let's see. I'm curious to hear your feedback. I'm curious to hear how many people are excited and looking. Gee, for $5, I...
Oh my god, this video was too long.
Can actually play a dedicated session with Phil, and it's not going to have trolling, and it's going to be a controlled environment where we're going to actually have fun and be able to chat. That sounds good, you know? So let's see. I'm curious. All right, everyone. That is the explanation for the May...
Jesus fucking Christ. What a shitty goal this is. I wish it would have just did all fighting games. Whatever. He got $1,100 currently. And let's read the description. You can't see it on screen. I'm not about to recapture it because I'm lazy. For May, I'm doing something totally different. For a full explanation, watch this video. In short, if you pledge $5 or more in the month of May 2016 and we hit the monthly funding goal of $1,250, you'll be guaranteed to participate in a multiplayer session with me. Wouldn't it be amazing if you got like 10 grand and had to fucking take a week off? to do this. The session will take place in late June/early July. I could be dead by then. My birthday is in July. Not hype. This game, the games are as follows: Street Fighter 5, Uncharted 4, Doom, Overwatch, all PS4, except for SFV, because it's on PC too. But not a lot of people play that game on PC. At least I never come across PC players. Like, it's rare as fuck. This will be a controlled, all caps, session only for those who have pledged and posted on my website which games they wish to participate in. I will take as many days, blah, 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 blah. You know what's going to happen? You know DSP is going to be scanning IPs and shit when you post in his forums. Fucking cheesy ass bastard. Jesus Christ. But, yeah, now we have the pre-stream part. I'm going to have to make this shorter than I anticipated. So I won't be able to talk about the stuff I really wanted to talk about completely. But this is a pre-stream May 13th, 2016. Let's go to about 8 minutes. If it loads.
So I'll have time to juggle all the stuff for the month, and I'll be going between multiple releases. We'll see. Okay? So we shall see what happens with that. It's going to be a fun month regardless. There's a lot of stuff coming out for the rest of this month. Now, one thing about Doom that a lot of people are strongly criticizing. Apparently, no pre-release advanced copies of the game were
is it something
in order to find out play
is.
it. And the bottom line is, if you're skeptical this many times over the years.
Okay. Preview of what he talked about here. It's actually a separate video I saw about this too. I wish I remembered the name or the link for it. But remember when DSP got Fallout 4 early? And remember when he cheesed the Microsoft Xbox Live system to get Dark Souls 3 early? Yeah, listen to what he says right here.
I actually support that practice. None. Zero. So no one could review the game until today. Because guess what? No one could play the game until today. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I've talked about this many times over the years. I actually support that practice. Because I don't think that anyone should get advanced copies of games. All of us should have to buy it on release day and play it. And the bottom line is, if you're skeptical about if a game's good or not, don't buy it on release day. Wait a few days so someone can review it. Or you can watch someone play it on a stream, or you can watch someone
play
it on demand, and then you can judge
on demand
for yourself whether or not you want to play the game. The problem is, people have no self-control, and they absolutely need to play it at the moment that it's live, regardless if you know if it's good or not. And so they rely on these pre-release reviews in order to find out if the game's good and if they should rush out and play it at release. Now, no one really knows what the deal.
How does he say stuff like that and not realize his own past doings? How did he say any of that and say that and he not say in his head, damn, didn't I get Fallout 4 like a week early? Didn't I get Dark Souls 3 like a month early? Holy fucking shit, DSP. But that's that pre-stream. This dude. What was in this video? Around 10 minutes, huh? Let's see what DarkSyde file had to talk about.
Idea, but I can't seem to get my setup to work without unplugging and replugging in my capture device every day before I start playing. Now, it's very bizarre because if I leave my PS4 on all day, it continues to work. But if I turn my PS4 off and on again, it doesn't work. I can't get audio. And then I have to unplug and replug. So I don't know what's going on with that.
I have to unplug and replug.
I have to kind of mess with it more this week, I guess, to figure out what the hell's going on. It's annoying, but that's why I've been having some technical difficulties. It looks like the stream's working for now, so I think we should be good.
Whatever.
Okay.
Okay.
Also, a quick update in regards to Patreon. And I don't know how anyone's going to feel about this. That's why I haven't really done anything with it yet. I got a message from Patreon yesterday. As you know, patreon.com/DarkSydePhil is the place that you can go if you want to pledge to my ongoing fundraising efforts so that I can continue to do this full time and pay my bills.
Fundraising.
When you do that, you also get cool perks as a way to give back for your monthly pledges, and also we do monthly goal rewards. If we hit a certain funding level every month, I do a special event to celebrate. Later this month, we'll be doing an indie marathon as a result of hitting last month's financing goals. Okay, but Patreon sent me a note yesterday. They said there's a new change that they're doing, which should benefit almost all people who use Patreon.
Get better at doing squats.
It's called instant billing, and what it means is when you pledge, you'll be billed immediately. You put in your billing info immediately anyway, so it doesn't make sense that if you're going to pledge to someone on Patreon and you put in your billing info that you don't get charged for it, right? A lot of people have actually been confused because they pledged to my Patreon and they say, Phil, I pledged 2 weeks ago, but nothing's gone through. I don't understand what's going on. And I say, oh, well, that's because Patreon doesn't charge until the first week of the month for whatever reason. That's always been their policy moving forward. Now, the thing is, this lends itself to trolling because people could go in there and put in info pretending like they're going to pledge. But then what they do is last minute at the end of the month, before they know that they're going to get charged, they pull the info. So they'll delete their whole pledge. And so it looks every month like I'm going to hit a goal, and then they pull all their funding, and next thing you know, oh, I'm below the goal level. And they do this on purpose because they realize there's no repercussions for it. And Patreon really has done nothing to prevent it. So this new system, where if you put in your info right away you get charged, would completely prevent that. If someone tried to troll, oh, I'm going to pledge, and they go, oops, they got charged. So they basically screwed themselves over. You know what I mean? Basically, this process would end fake pledges to Patreon completely. No one would be fake pledging ever again. And I think that's a good thing. I do. I think that's a great thing. But the thing is, I don't know if I want to implement it yet because a lot of people probably don't know about this change. I need to explain to people that it's happening so that...
Okay, that's enough of that. You get the gist of it. He probably will do it next month and make it to when if you pledge to him you automatically get charged. To be honest, I think that's a good move for Patreon because it is kind of bullshit how it works. I think Twitch still do it that way too. Like if you sub to somebody, you don't pay them until like the end of the month or the next month. They might have changed it, but I think that's how it works. I think I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. A little bit out of breath. I think I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. Somebody let me know if I'm wrong because I never subbed to somebody on Twitch. But I think it worked that way. But that's that. What's the next one? Pre-stream May 9th. What was in this? Around 8 minutes. What happened there? Let's
one
see.
Stream a day on Saturday and Sunday.
Read the comments.
So I'll probably be doing more, maybe
Fuck. I was supposed to read the comments. Okay. I'm a professional. Do not worry. Do not be alarmed. This is all planned. Look at the camera. It's just a prank. Let me see. This is March 9th, so it might have been March 8th. Fuck. You know what? Fuck it. Fuck it.
Story one day, multiplayer the next day, and
Oh,
that'll
yeah, fuck
all
it.
balance out until next week. Hopefully I'll have a chance to review Doom as well
These comments get a real
before we
job.
head
I'm
into
not here
next
for
week's new
gaming.
releases, which are
Orgasm
Homefront: The
face.
Revolution and Fallout Far Harbor, that big story narrative DLC that we've all been waiting for in Fallout 4. So, that's pretty exciting. I'm very excited for this week. I want to say thank you to all of you who for the past several months have followed along all the stuff that I've been doing. And I'll be honest with you guys, we've had highs and lows, right? You had some high highs like the Dark Souls 3 playthrough, and then you had some pretty disappointing lows like the Quantum Break playthrough where the gameplay was just terrible, you know? And there's been some things in there that weren't so good, like the Walking Dead Michonne.
This is Jack.
But then there were some things in there that I think ended up being surprisingly better than we expected, like Pokken Tournament,
the stuff I
right?
did was so good.
You had some Street Fighter 5 expansions. Then you had the stinkiness of Star Fox Zero. So it's been a wild couple of months where it's been like highs, lows. What I can tell you is, for March and April, my business did very well. Okay,
Business.
so if I can keep it on that level, the business should be successful, and I should be able to keep doing this full time. So I want to say thank you to those of you who've been around, who've been watching my stuff, spreading the word. You have definitely had a positive impact. Okay? I just want to make that known, that things are great right now, which is why I've had a new kind of positive attitude these past couple of weeks, and I would love to keep it up. I undoubtedly think that this month, between Uncharted 4, Doom, Homefront, the Fallout Far Harbor expansion, the possibility of me playing more Overwatch, which I'm on the fence about, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game.
Okay, that's enough of that. Jesus Christ. These pre-streams, by the way, so long. So long. But, fuck. It was another good one I wanted to play. Damn it. It had Panda Lee talking in the end of it and everything. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see. Do not worry, do not be alone. This is all a test. This is all a drill. Alright. I wish I would ooh, it's actually two. Just fuck my life. Please. Give it to me however I want it. Loot. Oh boy. Let me see if I can find this dumb shit. I might not be able to find it. I'll see. Oh good, the audio broke. Great. Yep, audio broke. Oh, come on. What? Come on. How? Well, I'm back and very, very fucking annoyed. For some reason my headset not right too. Like it's really quiet and I don't know why. It's supposed to be boosted and it don't seem like it is. So I'm gonna know about that too, so I sound quieter than normal. But OBS, not OBS, the fucking Elgato sound capture really fucked up my headset for some reason, and it kept giving me popping sounds. So I would try to play a YouTube video, and instead of hearing a YouTube video, I would just hear popping sounds. So I had to close out the Elgato sound capture. So it's probably going to be even more annoying when I actually want to use it to stream. So I'm happy about that. But anyway, it's a pre-stream with Panda Lee in it, and I really tried to find it for like the last 10 minutes, and I said fuck it. But it's one of the fucking pre-streams. I'm not gonna tell somebody to go and find it because that's way too much work for you. But yeah, it's fucking Panda Lee in the background being naggy and you know how her voice is. Make sure you buy some of my salt. That little weird country grandma voice she got. But this is another hot pre-stream. 22 minutes long. Yep. But why? My style has always been different. And a lot of this goes directly against the stuff he said in his Patreon video that he just uploaded. Because in his Patreon video, he's trying to tell us that it's okay for him to copy other people because they're successful. But in this video, he's saying it's not okay to copy people just because they're successful. And copying people isn't called evolving. Low tier God quote. It's not a low tier God quote, but he likes to use the word evolve. But copying somebody is not evolving. It's just copying somebody. But he's copying somebody. He's copying people for his next Patreon thing. Anyway, let's go.
All right, hello everyone and welcome. It is Saturday, May.
Do me some jumping jacks.
14th, 2016. We're about halfway through May at this point. And welcome to today's gameplay stream.
So I dropped the mouse.
Today will be the continuation of Doom's campaign.
Oh my fucking god. It's always something. It's always something. Come on. Shit.
Alright, hello everyone and welcome. It is Saturday, May 14th, 2016. We're about halfway through May at this point. And welcome to today's gameplay stream. Today will be the continuation of Doom's campaign. A game that I played yesterday all day long and really enjoyed it.
Stressed it out a little
First
bit.
of all, the campaign is a big throwback to the old school Doom gameplay. In fact, it really does feel like they took old school Doom from the 1990s and they modernized it. Great, modern graphics, 60 frames per second visuals, updated gunplay with constant melee attacks now. But also
easy
a
to do
lot
that
of
with
these
headphones
secrets,
on.
right?
remember that next
Secrets
time.
from the classic series are a huge part of the game. And I played it for around 3.5 hours and really enjoyed it. Even though I got stuck once or twice trying to figure out a secret, I think ultimately, you know, it turned out pretty well. And then last night, for about 2 hours, I played the...
Trust me, I don't want to listen to this because I didn't think he would have uploaded that Patreon video, but he says some pretty interesting stuff, and I want to talk about
multiplayer of Doom.
So
And I actually went on record on Twitter and said, this is by far my favorite first-person shooter multiplayer game in a long time, especially right now it's my favorite. And, you know, that's saying a lot considering that lately I've been playing games like Black Ops 3 Zombies.
He hate multiplayer in Black Ops 3. He say it's not even a real first-person shooter, but apparently he likes zombies for some reason. I don't fucking know.
Battleborn, Overwatch.
He didn't like Battleborn.
You know, there's a
Can't compare Overwatch to Doom.
lot of these kind of games
Overwatch not even out all the way yet.
out there.
Whatever.
I really like the multiplayer of Doom. It is a very much a throwback to classic first-person shooter
Also, this is classic DSP sucking off a game that he's currently...
gameplay.
Whoops. This is classic DSP, him sucking off a game that he's currently playing. I wonder if that helps him out or not.
It cuts out a lot of the bullshit that has been thrown into modern games. Notably, crazy, super
He fucking rambling.
wall-running,
Let's
flying
fast forward this shit.
They watch me play Doom, and they're like, I don't understand. Phil is taking time to look for
Twitch
secrets. He's
follow
trying to figure out how to
notification.
get all the
Thank you,
upgradable
whoever followed
items.
me. I appreciate
He's
it.
going nuts trying to find a lever so he can open a wall. He can get into the secret area. That's boring. That's boring. I want action constantly. If Phil would just go through and shoot things the whole time, this playthrough would be far more entertaining. And, you know, I don't understand why he's taking his time to look for secrets and do all this. It's not fun for the viewer. All right? That's the criticism that I received yesterday. So, I'll be honest here. I'm going to be honest. You got a point. Anyone who said that, I'm not going to be a dick and be like, you're completely wrong. That's not true. It's absolutely not true. You've got a point. For someone who's sitting there watching a stream or watching a video on YouTube, right, to see someone walk through the level and looking for every nook and cranny and looking for a secret button or looking for a lever and going around trying to find stuff. All right. It may not be super fun. Okay? And that's okay. I understand that. You're absolutely right. I will, in fact, say 100% to you directly. Anyone who said that yesterday, who was in the stream chat, or anyone on Twitter or wherever.
The funny thing is how quick he flipped this. Not even really flipped it. How quick he went against everything he said. You get the criticism, which is whatever. I don't really care, to be honest. You're criticizing somebody about playing a game in a boring fashion. Fucking watch somebody else play it. I hate to be that asshole, but come on. Really? But anyway, he saying that these people are right. That they have a fair criticism. 4 minutes into the video. And about 14 minutes from now, he's basically going to be saying that these people are wrong and they shouldn't say this.
You're right.
Just listen. You'll see it.
You're absolutely right.
It's pretty weird.
So, there.
The DSP is
You've
weird.
got your recognition, right? However, now here's my counter to
Here we
that.
go. See?
Because
Counter.
I'm going to be honest, it does upset me when I hear stuff like that. Because that means basically that my viewing audience doesn't get me. Okay? You don't understand me. And I've been doing
like a
YouTube
teenager.
since
You don't
2007.
understand
Started
me.
doing it pretty much, you know, as a more serious thing around 2008 and full time since 2010. I've been around the block. Most other YouTubers who people watch do it have not been doing it as long as I have. Most other YouTubers who do this for a living don't do it the way I do it. And that's
Because he's been doing it a long time, that makes him more valid than other people. Duh. Dummy.
perfectly fine. There's different people who do things different ways,
Duh,
and there's
dummy.
different forms of entertainment that are provided on YouTube. And that's cool. But obviously, if someone's sitting here in a stream chat or on a comment of a video or on Twitter and they're watching my playthroughs and they're giving me a criticism like that, that basically means you don't get me. Because I haven't changed since I started doing this on YouTube, okay?
I haven't changed since I started doing this on YouTube. Very interesting quote.
Now, I've seen spikes of popularity and dips of popularity. I've seen peaks and valleys. It goes up and down and up and down. I'm used to it at this point. Sometimes I'm hot, sometimes I'm not. It all depends on what I'm playing. It depends on the situation going on at the time. It varies. It fluctuates greatly. Okay? And I get that, and I understand that, and that's okay. And the bottom line is, I'm okay with who I am on YouTube. Am I the most popular fucking guy on YouTube playing video games? Fuck no. Not even close. I'm not even in the probably top 500 anymore. There's probably 500 people who make a living playing games on YouTube who get more views and more popularity and make more money than me. And I'm okay with that.
I just had a good idea.
Because I can still make a living. I can still do this daily.
He kinda can't though. That's why he has a Patreon.
And guess what? There's obviously still an audience for the style of video that I put out because I'm still doing it. 8 years.
Ladies and gentlemen, the dumbest logic ever. Someone still watches it, so it has an audience. Millions of people watch Two Girls, One Cup, and about 0.5% of the people that watched it is actually the audience for something like that. So yeah.
Later, I'm still doing this. So obviously there's an audience for it, right? Or else I wouldn't be doing it anymore. No one would be watching. So here's the deal. This is my style of video. I'll explain it to you because there may be people who've jumped on over the years who don't understand my style of video and what I do. Okay? When I play a game,
here we go.
I play it at face value. I play it without much exposure to the game previously. I don't want to spoil myself on a game before I start playing it. Okay? I give you live, honest, raw, reactionary commentary to what's going on in the game. Now, I may joke about it. I may add in pop culture references, and
These
I may
pop culture
have
references
some,
suck.
you know, some funny stuff to say and ridicule and stuff to integrate into the playthrough. But primarily, when you watch me play a game, you're seeing someone who hasn't had a lot of exposure to the game play it for the very first time. This gives you a frame of perspective that if you don't know a lot about the game and you were to play it, this is probably how you would react.
Okay.
And thousands upon thousands of people over the years that I've done this on YouTube have said, Phil, thank you for making videos this way because this allows us to decide for ourselves whether or not this is a game that we'd be interested in and want to go out and buy for ourselves and play for ourselves and experience, or if it's maybe not our cup of tea because we watch you play it and we're like,
Jesus fucking
games
Christ.
that are more popular
Fast
than
forward.
and the stock. And I'm okay with that they could get their views. They could get the mainstream views of the people who just want to jump on YouTube for 10 minutes a day and watch someone dick around in a game and laugh, ha ha ha, and then go away. Because the bottom line is, at least in my opinion, those videos have a place in entertainment value.
Listen
but they
to this.
don't have any kind of informational value.
His videos where he play games and he don't know anything about the game before playing apparently have informational value, whatever the fuck that means. Obviously, he not coming up with the right word. He didn't mean informational value. That's not even a real thing. He mean informative. But apparently his videos are informative. The videos where he don't know anything about the game until he turn the game on. Yeah, watch his Street Fighter V videos where he do one Rashid combo and don't even know crush counters and only know jump-ins and overheads. Very informative. Very informative. Watch his Doom, the start of his Doom playthrough. He don't even know that you can make maps in Doom. Very informative. Yep.
Right? When you watch those people play games, are you actually getting a representative piece of what it would be like playing that game? No. You know, you're not.
Remember, you guys, DSP doesn't watch other YouTubers.
You're not actually getting to see at face value what that game is. So right now, if I were playing Doom, and I were rushing through the game and I skipped all the secrets, so I didn't get any of the optional weapons, I didn't get any of the upgrades, I'm just running through, running and gunning, constantly doing combat, and I'm joking, you know, and I dyed my hair and I turned on my face cam here. Hold on.
I love the if I dyed my hair thing. I love that.
So here, oh wow, it's dark as shit in here. You can't even
His
see.
face cam sucks, by the way. It's
on.
too wide. Like, Why you got a face cam showing half your fucking sofa, a big ass blotch at a wall? Like, it's showing us stuff we don't even care about. Show your face. That's like if I was sitting up where my
At least
hand
now you can
at,
see me. Holy crap!
and you could see all of my fucking legs and shit. It's so
here
weird.
I am, and constantly I'm making faces at the camera, and I'm laughing, and I'm joking, and I'm.
The thing is, watch his face cam playthroughs. Watch him play Bloodborne. Watch him play Dark Souls 3. Watch him play Dark Souls 1, Dark Souls 2, Demon Souls. Watch him play any game he got face cam on. And he does that. That's kind of just the thing people do when they have face cam on. Sometimes people ham it up for the camera. Sometimes it's on purpose, sometimes it's not. And some people you can't tell. Some people you can. DSP is one of those people you can tell because he doesn't do it. If you don't do something a lot, it's easier to tell when you faking it. Which is why, which is where we talk about female orgasms. But yeah, watch his face cam playthroughs. He does the same thing he's ridiculing right here.
I'm talking about all this stuff, right? And I'm doing all this stuff outside of the game to entertain you. All right, I could do that. I could do that easily, and I'd probably get more views, and I'd probably be.
He full of bullshit right now. Obviously, he could do that easily. Why don't you do it then? Because you want to be different? Because last time I checked, turning the game on, playing it, and talking is not different. It was different in 2008, but it's not different anymore. It's lazy. Trust me, I know how it is to make a lazy YouTube video game video. So yeah.
More popular because it would be the status
Not putting effort into something does not make it unique.
quo for YouTube is to sit here and be the clown or the entertainer. But that's not what I do. Since 2008 when I started to now, that's not what I do. So people coming on the stream and complaining in the stream chat, why this isn't super entertaining at every moment. Well, guess what? Life isn't super entertaining at every moment, right? When you actually go and you watch a television show or you watch a movie, is every moment that you're watching it...
We're comparing a YouTube playthrough to TV and movies. It gets worse.
super entertaining? No, because you've got character development, plot development, backstory. You've got all these things that happen until the big payoff, right? So when you're watching one of my playthroughs...
Look at the chat, look at the chat, look at the chat, look at the chat, look at the chat.
One of the playthroughs that I'm doing, okay, you got to take it at face value of what it is. If you want to see someone play a game and honestly...
You know what? I'm going to be silly Detractor for a second. Let me check something. I want to see the thumbnail for this video. Let's see if it fucking loads. Yeah, the thumbnail for the video have him, like it has his face showing in the thumbnail. You could barely see it, but it got his face showing in the thumbnail. Now, ever since this jack-off situation, a lot of people still coming on his videos and looking for that pre-stream because they stupid enough and they think that actual pre-stream is on his channel. So if they go to his channel after hearing about his jacking off situation, they come to his channel and they scroll down and they see yellow text on the screen and they see him on the screen and they go to this video and say, oh man, this is the jack-off incident? And then they see it's not. Now, of course, that's me really fucking grasping at straws, and that's probably not the situation, but it is going to trick people. Also, he has another pre-stream that I didn't play, and if I play it, this video is going to be even longer, but it's called Pre-Stream May 15, 2016, 2 weeks after the incident, and it's pretty much history, likes and dislikes disabled, and comments disabled. Now, the funny thing is, he's still talking about it, but in this video, he say everyone's pretty much forgot about it, but he's still talking about it, trying to remind us that it happened. He even mentioned in this video how people say that he did it on purpose for views and for attention. I'm not one of those people. I don't think that silly sometimes. But when he do videos, when he do pre-streams talking about it to remind us of it, it makes us think stuff like that. So yeah, watch this if you want to. I'm not about to watch it because this video already longer than it needed to be. So there you go.
And represent that game of how it is to be played by anyone who just wants to jump in and play it for the first time. That's what you're getting here. That's the point of this video and this stream, okay? When you're watching my playthrough, there's going to be times when it's kind of boring because that's representative of what's going on in the game. Now, I'll try to make it entertaining if there's an opportunity for commentary or an opportunity to try to spruce it up, excuse me. I'll try to do that. But not every possible moment of every playthrough that I do is going to be hyper entertaining.
Because that takes effort.
But that's just like life. In real life, not everything is always hyper entertaining. And if you want to know representative of what the game is, then you have to put up with those moments. Alright? When I did this in 2008, it was revolutionary and it was different and people loved it. Then over the years, people found out, well, if I just edit my gameplay to take out all those boring parts, and I just make it joke, 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 funny, reaction, reaction, joke, joke, funny, funny, reaction, reaction, all the kiddies jump on and watch me and I can become super popular on YouTube.
I don't think people originally did that to become super popular. I think people did that to make the videos entertaining. And it just worked out that way, and then other people realized that made those people popular, and then they copied. But it's kind of unfair to say people started editing videos just to try to cheese the system to get kids to watch. And also this goes against another DSP thing where he say people make hour-long videos to get at the top of the Google in the YouTube search. Because if they making 10-minute videos that's full of jokes, it's going against them making hour-long videos to cheese the YouTube system. Figure out where you wanna go, DSP, and fucking stick on that pathway. He fucking take U-turns every 20 minutes. That's why he never gets anywhere.
That's not what I do. So, don't come into the stream chat and complain that I'm not someone that I'm not. Because I never.
In the beginning of this video, he said that the person was right, and they had right to say that. And now he's saying, don't come in the chat and complain.
Never was, and I never will be. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with not having millions of views on every fucking video I put out. You know, part 1 of Uncharted 4, 2 million views. Wow. And what did they do in part 1? They joked, face cam, reaction, reaction. Okay, fine. I get it. It's popular. Go watch that then.
But the thing is, it's long videos that are part 1s of Uncharted 4 that have a bunch of views. And it's not 2 minutes long and face cam, reaction. How does he go against that? I don't know. If all DSP didn't watch other YouTubers, who fucking knows? Jesus
but don't
Christ.
just sit here and complain. Don't go on social media and complain. Go to my forums and complain.
Don't go on social media and complain.
Complain. You're the one who put your butt in the seat. And I know there's...
It's your fault for watching it. You watched me for the first time and wasn't immediately entertained? Fuck you. Get the fuck out of here, you fucking asshole. You should have knew what you should have knew what to expect, you fucking detractor.
People out there are like, man, I wish Phil would change. I wish Phil would evolve to be different so that he could be popular. That's not evolution. That's copying other people.
But he copying somebody for his new Patreon goal. But it's okay now.
I've found a formula for success on YouTube. That's not what I do. I'm successful in my own way. It's a lot less successful than most people who do this full time, but I'm okay with that. Because when I wake up in the morning and I say, man, today I get to play a new game, and I get to experience it for the first time, and I get to share this with everyone, right? I get to share this publicly with everyone, and I get to show them what the game is like, and I get to have that first-hand experience with everyone. It makes me feel good that I'm doing something productive. I'm doing something that has value. And I'm not saying that entertaining videos don't have value too. And let's face it, if you watch my playthroughs, there are many moments of entertainment. There's tons of times during a playthrough, I screw up and I die hilariously, or I fail, or something crazy happens and I react to it in a funny way or an entertaining way. There's many times in my playthroughs that are entertaining, because the bottom line is if there was no entertainment value, no one would ever watch me. Okay? But it's not constant, everyone. It's not instant gratification every possible second. And I really think that's what's happened with YouTube. Is over the years, YouTube went from a place where people who have ideas and have talent and have value to share with people. That's what it originally was. If you don't have...
So DSP, you had ideas and talent and value?
The money to back yourself, to have public exposure, use YouTube. Now YouTube has been the place where kids get instant gratification at every possible moment. I click on
YouTube was always that.
On this video, within 5 seconds, I have a...
As a matter of fact, this also goes against what he's saying, because in old school YouTube, you couldn't have a video longer than 10 minutes. So of course you got some kind of instant gratification. The video was going to only be 10 minutes long. You couldn't upload 5 hours of footage, and you have to watch 4 hours to get 10 minutes of entertainment. Fuck, I'm surprised DSP got away with doing that shit back then, to be honest. But it was because nobody else had gameplay videos. He was one of the few people. A new game come out, you look up the game on YouTube, DSP at the top of the search, because nobody else is fucking playing it.
Laugh splitting, you know, a side splitting laugh because something funny happened, someone fell on their face or something, and then I click on this gameplay video and there's crazy faces and screaming because they're scared and all that shit, and that's what YouTube's become. Instant.
But he does that in his face cam playthroughs.
Gratification on the internet, but that doesn't mean that every video on YouTube has to be that. Stop having this mindset that everyone has to conform to this one thing. That is such an incredibly closed-minded mindset.
Here we go.
And by the way, please don't take this as
but it's closed-minded to not want to do something different. He's been doing this the same way for 8 years. It's kind of closed-minded to do the same thing the same way for 8 years, isn't it?
me being negative, because I'm not. I've had a great couple of months. I'm loving what I'm doing. But when I see the kind of reactions that I saw...
By the way, this is a 22-minute long pre-stream because a couple of people complained in his chat. Fucking amazing.
Yesterday, when I'm playing a game like Doom, where, let's face it, major chunk of what is in Doom is looking and finding secrets. That's a major chunk of the game. It's always been a core aspect of Doom, is to look for secrets, find
and before
the
that's
secrets,
not the core aspect.
Okay? And I'm doing it live. So there's going to be times when for 10 minutes I can't figure out a secret, and I'm raging about it, and I'm running around, and then all of a sudden I find the lever, and I pull it, and there's realization, oh, I discovered the secret, right? That's the payoff at the end of that 10 minutes. So it's not going to be ultra gratifying for every possible moment that I do the playthrough. But understand that my style is different than these people who give you the instant gratification. If that's all you care about, instant gratification, then go watch that video. That's perfectly fine. But then if you actually want a representative equivalent video about what it's like to play the game, come watch me. That's how I'm different. That's my appeal. That's always...
See? He's special. He's different. Everyone else is the same, and he's different from everyone else because he's DarkSyde Phil. His videos are truly unique and informative. All those other videos are just fucking comedy. Fuck those assholes. They don't deserve the views. They don't deserve the money. DSP is the only unique gaming YouTuber on YouTube. Everyone else that does videos similar to his are copying him. And everyone else that does videos different from him are copying everybody else. He's the old god of YouTube. He's been around since 2008. He's been doing this for almost 8 years. See, this is what he wants people to think. He wants to turn people into fucking drones that believe the same bullshit he believes and don't ever question anything. If somebody say that in his forums, he would probably be like, oh, I fucking agree. You're so smart. Fucking...
It's been my appeal.
Take a sip. And looking at that chat.
And again, I'm not trying to be negative. I'm not trying to say that the way other people do it is wrong. I'm saying the way I do it is different, and I've always done it that way. So it's not fair. It's honestly not fair for people to tell me.
It's not fair for people to complain because he's been doing it the same way for 8 years. Just assume those people was around 8 years ago.
Me to change, for people to come in here and basically get on their soapbox. This is boring. This is why Phil is not popular on YouTube, because he has all these boring segments in his gameplay. And okay, so if that's all you want the cheap laugh, you want the cheap jump or whatever it is, go watch it. It's there. It's got millions of views. There's a reason why, because apparently that's all people care about. No one, how many people, in comparison to the people who are just looking for a quick laugh or a quick reaction, are looking for actual representative gameplay? It's not popular anymore. Now that could change. Who knows? I've seen, again, YouTube's been like this for me.
Wow, this dude.
So in a couple of years it could change again, and all of a sudden
in a couple of years,
there's things coming up. For example, PlayStation VR is coming out later this year. Now I'm getting it, and me playing that firsthand and showing you what it's like to play PlayStation VR could be incredibly interesting, because people want to see what it's like, but they don't want to spend the money. So they're going to come out and say, oh, here's Phil playing PlayStation VR for the first time, and we can get that first-hand experience of what it's like. And then once we see that raw and unedited, we can make the decision for ourselves whether or not we want to buy it, right?
No.
Now, those other YouTubers will be laughing, and the whole video that they put out will be 2 minutes of them laughing and failing and flailing around and joking and wow, and all this shit for the camera, right? And that'll be their video. Instant gratification. You laugh for 2 minutes. Or you could watch me do it long form, and you'll actually know what it's like to play PlayStation VR, and you can judge if you want to buy it. That's the point of the video. All right. So, that's pretty much all I have to say.
Also, if the point of his videos is to know if you want to buy something or not, why does he play the whole game? So first it's playthroughs, and it's the whole game, and that makes it different. Now it's informative somehow, and that makes it different. But if it's supposed to be informative, shouldn't he just do like videos like Jim Sterling? Play for like 40 minutes and just post it on YouTube? And not beat the whole game? Because if you beat the whole game, if somebody watch you play the whole... who's going to watch an entire playthrough and then say, yes, I'm going to buy the game now? I know I wouldn't.
Say about it, all right? And I understand there's always going to be criticism, and that's fine. But to say that Phil's not like everyone else, yeah, you're right. That's the point. That's the point I'm making. That's the whole point I've ever done on YouTube, is that I want to do stuff differently. I want to be the guy who's different than everyone else. I don't want to be the guy who only does it for popularity, only does it for money. Because the bottom line is,
But he does only do it for money because it's his job.
White hot popular in 2010, 2011, and I saw these trends, I could have changed my...
And if he don't make enough money to do it full time, if he's not making enough money to continue to do it full time by the end of this year, he's going to stop doing it. So how is he not doing it for money?
Whole formula up and did it just like them. And I didn't, because I didn't want to be that guy. I didn't want to be the entertainer or the clown or the instant gratification guy.
No, you just didn't want to edit your videos.
Worthwhile gameplay. And I hope that means something to you as a viewing audience, that wow, Phil is different.
Worthwhile gameplay. Yeah, watch his playthroughs. Worthwhile gameplay indeed.
That's why I'm here. I'm here to watch Phil play Doom, because I want to see how long does it take to discover the secrets? How long does it take to actually legitimately play through the campaign? What are your reactions to all the things that happen in the game? Not, oh, Phil's rushing through, killing everything quickly to do an expert level playthrough of combat, or, he's laughing and joking constantly. That's not what it's about. So there you have it.
But when he laughs and jokes constantly, and when he rushes through games, then it's okay. But when he don't do it, then it's okay too, because he being different. This dude is so full of bullshit.
All right.
So full of it.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my god. Holy fucking shit. Well, that's that dog shit video. This is finally a weekend preview, May 15th, 2016. Home from Fallout 4, Far Harbor, Doom, and more. Only 250 views. This was about an hour ago. I originally went to this. We got Fat Master. I was about to say Fag Master. Rip. The FAP in preview. Hey. I don't think Phil will hit the Patreon's goal this month. He might. Take a sippy. I see you, yeah, UT. That is a fresh haircut? Are they talking about me? Are they from the future? I don't know. You could play PZ Saga. Costner with the inside joke. Play PZ Saga. Let's refresh right quick. 329 views. This got mad low views because people watching that Patreon video probably. Yeah, that's what I think going on here. And he didn't delete comments yet. They're apparently impressed with the content he put out. Wait, Tevin would do another Ask the King. Oh, wish I would do another Ask the King lesson to her. Well, the DarkSyde weekly still pretty entertaining. Chill, Steph. I'll give a shout out. I appreciate it. Something else I want to talk about. Fuck. Yeah, this is a good comment. Doesn't have time to watch a 2-minute trailer, but has time for the whole movie. Okay then. Exactly. Like, the fuck? The dude say some weird shit. Like, oh, I don't have time to watch the trailer. It's a 2-minute long trailer. But, it's something DSP talked about, and I didn't play it. And I forgot what it was. Fuck my life. Fuck it. I might remember. I probably won't. And this is a week of the new releases, expansions, blah, blah, blah. It's not interested in the description. Finally, we almost done. Click.
All right, what is going on, everybody? DSP here, and welcome to the Weekend Preview. It is Sunday, May 15th, 2016, and you may say, wow, Phil's hair is looking nice and clean cut. It's because I actually just got a haircut earlier today after I finished my gameplay stream of playing Doom.
It doesn't look like he got a... Well, it looked the same, but it's less of it. So I guess, okay.
Which will continue this week. We got a lot to talk about.
Apparently this is a fresh haircut.
All I want to say is thank you for a great week. This past
and hot
week has been
Italian
amazing.
hair.
Uncharted 4 and Doom. Two of the best games I've played in quite a long time.
Buffer? Rip internet. Oh my fucking god, are you serious? I was almost done. You gotta be fucking kidding me. Come the fuck on. Please come back internet, please. Please, I'm begging you. Fucking bullshit. Fucking Cox fucking communications. You and your spotty ass internet. Jesus Christ. Let me finish this video, please. Please. Come on. Oh my god. All that's coming in a nutshell. DSP tries it. No. No, no, no. Fuck my life. I'm not editing this out. I want you to see the frustration
Onyx and he should
of making
be
a stupid DSP video.
Rating everyone in the next day or two, so everyone should be able to nominate games.
Oh man!
Maybe a week and a half tops. I'm going to turn that into a poll where now the patrons will be voting and determining which games I'll be playing in the Indie Marathon. And let me tell you, if you can't see the thread, if you weren't a patron for April, wide variety of stuff that's been suggested. Some stuff from the past like Terraria, some stuff that's recent like Salt and Sanctuary, some stuff that I've never even freaking heard of.
You know what's funny? He was supposed to play Terraria, his first Indies marathon, like a year ago. And it was on a list to play and everything. And he didn't get to it. And he never played it. And that's actually being voted for again. Amazing. And Salt and Sanctuary, wow, that hot game.
Some people put up some survival horror style games
that everybody kind of forgot about when
games.
Dark Souls 3 came out. But it is what
I'm
it
very
is.
excited to see what the patrons pick, because every time I've done this, the things have been so different and varied. It's been a learning experience for me, and I cannot wait for this new Indie Marathon, okay? The one thing I will say before I get started with the schedule, I'm making a separate video from this week in preview, because this month, for the month of May, I'm setting up the patron goal tonight. Alright, it's going to go live on Patreon tonight. Patreon.com/DarkSydePhil. It's something different. It's not a kind of goal I've done before, but it does relate to things I've done in the past before.
Just
and I'm changing the
lifting some
formula
weights
up on
right now.
purpose for this reason. I don't want to go into any detail here in this video because this is the week in preview. But FYI, if you're interested in pledging this month, if you want to know what the Patreon goal is for this month, what everyone's pledging towards, please check out this individual video that I'm going to upload right here after I finish with the week in preview. So you'll see that later tonight here on the King of Hate Vlogs. Okay? Alright, fair enough. Without further ado, let's talk about this week. As those of you know who've been following along
Thank
this
God
week,
this is
I am
a short
in the midst
video.
of a Doom playthrough. The reboot of Doom by id Software. I can't believe how
Is it
good
really
the
a
game is.
reboot?
Like, I played the
I guess
multiplayer
it is.
beta, and I said, wow, this is like an old school Smash Mouth kind of game. It really is like hardcore. They cut out all the watered down crap of the modern day shooters. It really is kind of one of these Twitch shooters, and I like it. I think it's really fun and interesting and different because it went back to the roots of competitive first-person shooters rather than all the crap that they've now watered down these series with over the years for these more modern gamers. Okay?
The thing is mad games like that on PC, and he act like none of them exist because he's really fucking ignorant.
I really like the
But it is what it
multiplayer, and
is.
then I started playing the campaign. Oh my god, the campaign of Doom is like a modernized version of classic Doom from the 1990s. All the themes return. Most of your favorite weapons from that series now return.
He
By the way,
jacked these
Air
games
Commissioner
off
turned
so
out to be
hard when he playing them.
And it really is that the gameplay style is a throwback to classic Doom. So anyone who's played those classic FPS games of the 90s is going to absolutely love this game and this playthrough. I'm having a ton of fun with it, and I found out the campaign is huge. Like, I thought it was like 5 hours long. The campaign of this game is like 10 to 13 hours long.
That's a
so
lot
right
of
now,
shooting.
I believe I'm finishing up stage 8, and there's 13 in the game. So that means there's another, 4 or 5 stages left before I can beat Doom. So I need to keep playing that. Look, I also liked the multiplayer so much when I played it Friday night. I'm dying to play more multiplayer, and I want to do that as well. So this week, I'm going to try to balance Doom's campaign with some more multiplayer with the new releases, which we're going to discuss in a moment, alright? So tonight, Sunday night, I've already uploaded a batch of the new Doom campaign to DSP Gaming. No further gameplay tonight. Like I said, right now I'm doing the weekend preview, then I'm going to do the special patron goal video to explain to you what the goal is for this month over on patreon.com/DarkSydePhil. And then I'm going to be doing patron stuff. I actually have to upgrade patrons. I have two, I
Gotta
believe,
make
two
some
private
porn
Q&A
videos for
I
some
have
of those
to film
$50
tonight.
pledges.
So I've got a lot of work to do in regards to Patreon tonight. That's what I'm going to be doing. Tomorrow, Monday, my gameplay stream at noon Pacific time will be the continuation of Doom's campaign. Okay, so that'll be tomorrow. And then tomorrow night, I'm not going to stream it, but I am going to do an offline session of Doom multiplayer gameplay, and that will be uploaded to DSP Gaming as well. So tomorrow, all about Doom, the final marathon day of Doom.
I can't wait for this to be over with. This is so long.
Okay. Now, I
like a
pretty much
5-hour
expect I'm not
video.
going to beat the campaign of
It's
Doom
not that long.
tomorrow, which means I'm going to need at least 1 to 2 more sessions to beat it. So allow me to explain how I'm planning on doing this. Tuesday, we've got a new game release, Homefront: The Revolution. Now, this is interesting because apparently it is a pseudo-sequel, or at least it's in the same realm as that game Homefront from years ago. Remember, it was when, I believe it was the Koreans invaded America, and it was a what-if kind of historical military scenario.
Take a sip. He has a separate new bottle of water.
The plot the whole way. If someone's going to say, oh, it wasn't
No,
the
he
Koreans, it was
recorded.
this group or
Okay.
something, I don't remember, and I apologize because it was a long time ago. I just remember I liked the game. And, it was a polarizing game for a lot of people. I actually thought that the single player was much better than the multiplayer of that game. I heard the whole formula's changed and the game's going to be way different, alright? That's going to be Tuesday. I'm going to be checking that out, okay? I'm going to be playing that on Wednesday as well. So I think Tuesday, Wednesday will probably be Homefront: The Revolution. And since I haven't beaten Doom yet, I'll probably maybe be balancing that with Doom with offline sessions at night, okay? Thursday of this week. Now, I know this is a weird day for this, but this is the day it's coming out. The first major DLC for Fallout 4 is being released.
Well, it's Thursday,
it's
a
called
weird
Far
day.
Harbor. From all
Street Fighter
reports,
5 DLC come out on
This is
Thursdays.
the largest DLC ever for a Fallout game, including Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas. So you remember some of those DLCs were quite lengthy, right? Some of them, I believe, were like 6 to 7 hours long if you went and really searched and did all of the content of them.
Oh yeah, who cares?
In this case, it's supposed to be even bigger. So I am stoked
Big
to play
doesn't
this.
always
For those of
mean
you who
good
were
in video
fans of
game
my Fallout 4
video game
playthrough
land.
back in late November,
When it comes
December
to other things, yeah,
2015,
but video
this
games
is gonna
not so
be
much.
your cup of tea because I'm going to be taking my time playing this daily, going through, searching the world, doing side content, and just re-immersing myself.
I like how he has to tell us he's gonna take his time with a game. Like that's some kind of selling
in the
point.
world of Fallout
Wasn't people complaining about you taking your time playing Doom?
4. If you remember, there have been 3 DLCs. One was the Automaton DLC, which had some story, but not a lot. It was very bare bones.
Automaton. I thought it was Automatron. I don't care enough to look it up.
1 or 2 story snippets here or there. It was mostly about you building a robot companion, okay? I wasn't blown away by it. I thought it was okay, but it was very short, and I really thought that maybe, I was looking for something better. I skipped the entire last DLC for Fallout 4 because all it was adding stuff that you could craft at the workbench, which, as you know, if you followed along my playthrough, I really didn't care about the workbench. Like, sure, it was a nice thing that they added in if you want to customize a house or whatever in the game. I was there for the narrative and the gameplay. I wasn't there for building my own, house and world and stuff. So I didn't even play that last DLC because I really didn't care. I'm very excited for Far Harbor because finally it's the kind of DLC we're looking for from Fallout 4, right? Especially if you're a longtime fan like me, you played Fallout 3 in New Vegas. This is what we're craving, this kind of DLC. So I hope, even though it's been a long time since I've done, any kind of coverage of Fallout 4, that you'll come back and check out Far Harbor later this
You're
week.
killing
That's
me
my
right now,
focus
DSP. I'm
for
bored
the
to
later half
death.
of the week. It's going to be Far Harbor with a little bit more home front pretty much for the rest of the week and through the weekend until we hit next week, okay?
Okay.
So, if you didn't notice, I mentioned a ton of gameplay. Doom, both single-player and multiplayer, Homefront: The Revolution, and Fallout 4 Far Harbor. I'm not really mentioning any kind of vlogging or anything like that. And if you've been watching all my
Vlogging.
stuff this year, you noticed that earlier this year, January, February, March, I did a lot more vlogging than I ever did before. I was doing react videos, and I was doing
Earlier this year, you did montages on KO Gaming 1, too. What happened to that? Rip.
impressions, and I was doing this and that, so all kinds of stuff. Movies, pop culture, news items.
He talked about this in the pre-stream, by the way, so I know where it's going. But remember... Okay. This is the thing about him doing less vlogging and less... and not even doing montages anymore because so many games coming out. You don't progress that way. Because you say, oh, well, there's so many new games coming out. I'm not going to record a vlog this week. Oh, instead I'm just going to play fucking Call of Doom or whatever the fuck the newest game is. So because you're doing that, you being the same. You know, that's not evolving. It's just doing the same old shit. And when he made the new channel and when he did that long ass video talking about his future plans, he was pretty much making his promise to the viewer that he was going to be different instead of just doing the same old shit. And fast forward a couple of months, he back to doing the same old shit. He doing what's safe instead of doing what's different or what may get less views.
And if you notice, that kind of has been cut back upon recently. It certainly wasn't intentionally. It wasn't like, man, I don't like doing it. No, I like doing the vlogging. And if anything, I had a massively positive response in the past several months that I was doing it to the increase in vlogging. The problem is, it's been so release heavy recently, and it's games that I want to play, games that I want to check out, that I haven't really had, outside of me maybe reviewing a game.
Wow,
or
this video
doing,
was
like,
long.
First impressions of something. I haven't really had much time at all to vlog. The last vlog I did was a week ago. It was my reaction to Captain America Civil War. And besides that, I haven't really had a chance to do anything for a long time. And I realized that, okay? You know, I said earlier this year I was changing up my formula, and I did. And then all of a sudden, for the past month and a half, it's kind of gone back to gameplay. That's going to change soon. If you actually look at June, and especially this summer, okay? This summer, things are going to slow down to a crawl because there's like nothing going on gameplay-wise when it comes to releases. So I'm going to be balancing things such as, you know, playthroughs with, maybe I'll start doing countdowns for KO Gaming, which I know I said I wanted to do, and it's just been so busy, there's no chance for me to do them. That will be the time when I can actually try to do stuff like that. You know, what are the top 10, my top 10 most hated bosses in all the games that I've played since I've been on YouTube? What are my top 5
He's not gonna
favorite
do that.
fighters in fighting games? You know, stuff like that. I could definitely do stuff like that, and I just need to get to it.
We'll
So
see.
hopefully this summer,
We
right?
shall see.
Also, you know, like I said, vlogging, I can increase that. There's been tons of things that I could have done reaction vlogs to. The Assassin's Creed movie trailer, right? Haven't had a chance to even see it. I'm not even kidding you. I haven't seen the trailer. I'm so busy here with just playing the games that are new and uploading. And
He's so busy playing games and uploading, he don't have time to watch a 2-minute long trailer. He can't watch a trailer while he uploads a video. Fuck that shit. That takes too much effort.
following the business, and then, you know, all the stuff in my personal life outside of it. I don't even have time to sit down and just like relax a little bit and get caught up with everything that's been going on.
What a liar. Take a sip.
So
Get the
there will
fuck
be an
outta
increase in
here.
vlogging coming. We have to get through the next month or so when it's going to be super heavy amount of releases.
Get through the next month or so.
Okay.
He sounded happy to play
Update
video
regarding
games.
a movie I was going to see, which I've been mentioning a little bit on and off here. Originally, I was going to go see X-Men Apocalypse in the theaters, but I've now heard so much negative stuff about this movie. People who've seen advanced screenings are saying the movie is a convoluted mess. There's far too many X-Men in it. None of them are really given backstory. They're just thrown out there to fight with each other. And really, the movie just ends up being a jumble. And that's actually what I was afraid of when I was watching all the trailers for this movie. First of all, Apocalypse looks terrible. He always has looked terrible. I think the design for the character, they really messed it up. They could have
How the fuck is this relevant to this video?
done a better job. Having all these people, the Horsemen of the Apocalypse, but
We barely talked about the games that are in the title of the video. We're talking about X-Men movies now.
or it's going to be Psylocke. Olivia Munn is Psylocke and all this. All those characters and stuff. I wanted to give it the benefit of the doubt, but being that I know how expensive it is to see movies these days, like I just went to see Captain America Civil War and dropped over $50 between the tickets and just snacks there. It's ridiculous. I know how
Why you buying snacks at the movie theater? You a teenager?
expensive the shit is.
Thanks, thanks, patrons.
I don't think I'm going to see X-Men Apocalypse in theaters,
$50.
so I don't think I'm going to be doing a
Wow.
reactions vlog because I'm not going to see it. I might just wait for it to go on demand and do it that way, okay? But the flip side of this let's say coming up in the summer, things slow down. There's not a lot of game releases. If I watch a movie on demand, like I just watched The Revenant, and man, that was a crazy fucking movie. Like it was.
That's what the comment was talking about. He just watched the whole movie, The Revenant, but don't have time to watch a 2-minute trailer. Interesting.
Visceral as hell.
He just said he don't have time to relax, but you watched the whole movie at home. It's kind of going against what you're trying to tell us.
But it was good. And I talked a little bit about it on social media. That's the kind of thing. If I watch a movie on demand and I want to talk about it, I'll do a vlog about it, okay? That's the kind of stuff you can expect coming up as things slow down with game releases.
That sounds really filler, by the way.
It's been kind of almost like the second hardcore gaming season. You know what I mean? Like, it's been so many releases for the past 2 months, I haven't had a chance to breathe. But I think coming up, after about a month here, I'll finally get a chance to slow down a little bit and start working on the other stuff. All right? So that's pretty much it. The weekend preview is the Doom campaign, Doom multiplayer, Homefront: The Revolution balanced with Doom, Fallout Far Harbor balanced with Homefront, and then during the weekend we'll see how far I've gotten in all those releases. Until next week releases, which there's 2 next week, Overwatch and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I'll talk more about those next weekend. All right? That's it for the weekend preview, everyone. I want to thank you very much for everyone checking out all the new game coverage and stuff that I did in the past week. Next week should be fun too, so hopefully you'll check out all this new stuff I just mentioned. Without further ado, I promised you this last week, and apologies I didn't have it for you last week. Thank you to the following patrons from the month of April who made the upcoming Indie Games Marathon possible. Please check out the upcoming patron.
Okay, whatever, blah, 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 blah. I'm not going to play the rest of the video as usual because it always get content ID'd because he used some weird music like that. I'm going to give him some shit. But this video was really fucking long. I don't have a hashtag. Gonna have a non-DSP related poll in the description if you want to check that out. Kappa. I gotta edit this now technically. By edit I mean fuse 2 videos together and upload it. Don't want to do that because it's gonna take a while, and that's time I could be playing Demon Souls, so I might not get to do that tonight. Very disappointed about that. But I'm Audi 5000 G. Thank you for showing up for the video. I appreciate it. It's really fucking long, so if you watched it this far, thank you. I wish I could have a hashtag. Oh well. Nothing I can do about it. This was a disaster of a video for me, by the way. The audio fucking up and just everything. Just all bad. But I counted 10 isms I wanted to actually count. Obviously it was way more than that, so that means I did 100 reps of some kind of exercise, so that's hype. Man, but I need to hurry up and end this because it's already way longer than it needs to be. And yeah, thank you for showing up, and make sure to like the video if you want to support the cause. I'm obviously tired of talking. Obviously, I kinda was when I started streaming in the first place. Not streaming, when I started recording in the first place. But these are things you do to provide content for the children. I'm out. Wait. No. Shit off the screen.